Alright, today's video is going to be something different I haven't done in years. I just recently picked up a Xbox 360 Slim, and it was given to me, and it hasn't been turned on for a few years, probably almost a decade, what I was told. And you can see in there how dirty and grimy it is. So it's been sitting for quite some time. Right now I have it all hooked up. Got the power in there. Got it to the TV. So now I have one of the controllers here. Came with two controllers. I found two AA batteries. And all these here were brand new, but none of them work. They've been sitting for quite some time from Harbor Freight, so don't buy those. So, alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and turn this on. We're going to go ahead and touch this. It's one of those touch capacitor type buttons. Okay, that's good news. Very good news. Oh, you can see me in there. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so we know the Xbox 360 works. So yeah, I already put in the Wi-Fi password and all that. But I want to put this in video that it does work. I have a game in here, which is, we'll bring it out here, Doom 3. So we know the drive works really well. You can see it's reading up there. So in this video here, I would like to try to mod this console. Since it was given to me, I don't have a dime in it, and everything works. I got everything updated, everything looks good, everything plays. But like I said, it's pretty dirty. I have that controller and this controller, which everything works. I tested both controllers. So what we're going to do, since it works, I'm going to go ahead and start tearing it down and find out which motherboard this has. It's not the Trinity board. It's the other one. But there's a couple versions of the other one. We have to figure out which one it is for the modding. So, alright, I'll be back. Now it is time to start tearing this apart. This will be my first time of tearing apart a Xbox 360 Slim. And, yeah. And I'm going to eventually tear apart these controllers and clean them up too. Get those off of here. So there it is. We know it works well. So first things first, let's take the hard drive out. Get that, like that. And it says it's the 320 gig. So that's been updated. Well, look how dirty. So yeah, then we have to take off. We're going to have a lot of parts here. And then I'll clean all the parts and stuff like that before we put them together. Now, we have to take off this part right here. I guess there's like 6 clips, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera so you don't see me struggle. I'm not going to lie, boy, I'm struggling a little bit. Alright, I'm trying to use a plastic tool. It's actually a thermal paste spreader. But I'm going to try to get this plate off. As soon as I get it off, I'll show you what it looks like when it's off. Alright, I started on this end. I pulled this off. All you do is put a pry tool on the edge and it popped up like this. There's the one piece with the clips. Boy, if you look down in there, look at that filth. She was blowing out hot air when I had this on to make sure it was running. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. This plastic piece off here. Alright, I got that pried off of here. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. There's those clips that holds it on. Set that aside. And if you look way down in there, look at that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, I think this is the Bluetooth or Wi-Fi board, whatever this is, out too. Let's see what's next. Alright, now I'm getting my iFixit toolkit, and I put a T10 security bit, Torx bit on. Let's go ahead and take this board out, this Wi-Fi board. There we go. She's loose. We'll go ahead and pull on that straight out like that. And the screw is right there. So I think we're just going to leave that screw right in there like that for safekeeping. But that's what she looks like on all ends. So we're going to put this aside. Like I said, you're going to have a lot of parts. A lot of parts to this thing. Now we're going to go ahead and move this piece off. Just lift up like that. And it comes right off like so. All the clips are still good. That's awesome. Put it aside. And now we're going to take this trim off. Okay, the struggle is real here. There's those clips. I got a lot of it out. But holy smokes, I'm glad I'm doing this off camera. Well, you don't want that to go back in. Yeah, I'm struggling. People think it's easy, but it is not. Alright. Finally got that off without breaking any of the clips. Boy, if you broke those, oh man, that'd be a pain. Right there it is. There's that side. Again, all the dust and dirt is falling down. Pretty nasty. Alright, let's see what's next. Alright, now what we're going to do is split the case in half. Well, I guess starters, you have these clips right here. You got two here. We're going to try to do that. I got this extra long flathead screwdriver I've been using. So let's see what that does. Alrighty. Doesn't look that good. But I peeled back that sticker. I was trying to save it. But it's impossible. But to pry those off, so you got the two clips here and two clips at the bottom. You can get these with no problem. But this one right here is a pain. There is a small little hole underneath that sticker. Right about there. You put your tweezers in it. Right there. There you go. See? You put your tweezers in that hole and you push. And it pushes that tab so you can release the two half of the case. Whoo-wee, boy, that really messed up that sticker a little bit, but at least I still have the sticker. I couldn't find it. I kept scratching the sticker to try to find that hole. But yeah, that was the easiest way, is to find that hole, push it, and it pushes on this tab right here and then releases the case. So now you got the two cases apart. Let's go ahead and separate it. Alright, so I got it laying back down. Now you can pull the bottom right off. And you can look a little closer right there. There's that hole for that clip. And again, look how filthy this thing is. We're going to put this in a pile of parts to clean. I got another good old pile right there. So this is what we're seeing. We see the X clamp. We see all the screws for that. So let's turn this around. And I guess we start taking screws out. Let's take a look first. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take my iFixit Torx 10 security bit. And we're going to take out, I think there's 5 of these long screws that holds the other top plastic part on. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. Alright, I have all 5 screws. They're pretty long. I put them right there. So now we got to turn this console around and take off the top. Yeah, you have to be careful when you're prying that, because this faceplate, that's going to be the last thing you want to disconnect. So we got that taken off. And there's that. Oh boy. We're going to put this over here to the to be clean pile. And now you're looking at the inside of your Xbox 360 Slim. So now we're going to take off this plate right here. And what you have to do here, see if I can set you down. Boy, is that thing dirty. You're going to see a little ribbon cable. Let me point to this long screwdriver. Right there. So you don't want to pull on that faceplate, because you can damage this ribbon cable. So there's locking tabs on top of this. There's one right here and one on the bottom of this plug. So you have to undo that. And then there's a plastic film that's connected to this. You got to lift it up and over. Let's see if I can do that for you here. There it is. Take out the lock right here. See the lock coming out? There we go, it's out. And then there's a plastic film right here. You got to lift up over the plug, and then you can unplug it. Let me do that off camera. Alright. Yeah, my hands would have been in the way for you to see. But there's what the ribbon cable looks like. Alright. See to get you a better look here. There's that plastic film I was telling you that goes around the back of the plug. Boy, that thing filthy. So we're going to put this aside, have that cleaned. So now you're taking a good look at it, boy, and seeing what's involved here. So now we're just going to go ahead and assemble everything here. We have this screw here. I think it's a T8. Let's take a look here. Where's my T8? Oh, that's a 9. So this must be an 8. Yep. T8. Fits in there good. So we're going to go ahead and switch out. Have my T8 right here. And we're going to go ahead and loosen this up. Wow, these things are in there tight. You can tell it's never been taken apart before, which is a good thing, a real good thing. Alright, so we have those screws out. 2 screws, right? Alrighty, I'm going to put those 2 screws, put them over here in my tray. Yep, I think that's it. I think she just unplugs, right? Yeah, just unplugs like that. And that's what it looks like on the back side of that. And again, look how dirty. I'm going to rub down everything with isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip and a rag and whatever I got. So we're going to put that over here. Alright. We still got a long ways to go to get that motherboard out. Because I got to figure out which board this has. So far I know that it does not have the Trinity board in it, but I heard there were 2 other versions of a different board, and we're going to find out. So let me go ahead and disassemble this a little further. Alright, so now the disk drive, take that out because that thing is really super duper loose. And you're going to see down in there, hopefully you can, yeah, right there. Unplug the cables. I'm going to lift up and unplug it like this. Wiggle it back and forth. And same with this. And there's your hard drive, or your CD-ROM drive. Boy, is that light. Put that aside. So that's what it looks like now, without the drive in it. Alright, so now we got to take off this cage. There's a screw. I don't know what size of screw that is. Oh, it looks like an 8. We're going to go ahead and unscrew this big screw. Like that. We're going to put that right there. And this tray assembly should come out somehow. Maybe there's another screw somewhere else. Well, yes there is, right there. Another screw. So we have to take that out. I do have a power screwdriver, but it does not take my iFixit bits for some reason. Well, they're smaller. The bits are smaller. So we're going to put that screw right here with that bigger screw. So now this should come right out. Should. Now it looks like another screw right here needs to come out. There we go. Try to keep that all in order so I can put it all back together, right? And now this tray comes out for your hard drive. Like that. So I gotta remember all that. I'm gonna make a chart after I'm done here. Put the screws in it. And so now, let's get you a closer look in here. That's what you're looking at right now. After you take the hard drive assembly out, and there's the screws, those 2 shiny ones and that big one on the top goes with this here. And again, I'm going to label everything. Alright. So the next step is what here? Take off all these other screws. and everything should fall apart. We're not going to take off the X-clamp screws just yet. Alright, so now I have all those screws taken out. And how I did it, I put 2, 4, 6 screws together for those. Try to keep everything separate. Those 2 small screws right there go with that board, and that goes with the hard drive caddy. And now this thing will fall off. If you pry that off, that's going to go in the cleaning area. Alright, now this fan thingy will come off. I don't know if it was held down by a screw, most likely. We're going to put that in the clean pile. I might as well put the caddy in the clean pile to be cleaned. Alright, so now we're almost there to get this board out. Oh, another piece of plastic comes out of here like that. Sit down in there like that. So we put that in the pile. Okay, we can almost get that board out. Okay, now it's the X-clamp bolts holding it to the case. Let's take those out. Now with the 4 black little screws, which I put them right there, its own little home. Let's go ahead and flip this around. Put it like this. And now we have to wiggle and jiggle this thing out of here. And it's better with 2 hands because it looks like we have to like pry the case off a little bit to one side, like pull it back and lift at the same time. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I just lifted up like this, pried this back a little bit and moved it this way and up and out. And there she sits. Boy, that was a lot of work to get it to this point. But now we want to take off the cooling fan and the heat sink. And first things first, there's the plug for the fan. So we're going to go ahead and wiggle that back and forth. And again, I have to use 2 hands for this. Alright, got that unplugged. I cheated. I used a pair of long needle nose pliers just to grab a hold of the plug itself. Not this part, but the plug itself, and pulled it out really easily. Boy, look how dirty. Alright, so we're going to flip this beast over. Ooh, that looks nice. And now, when you're flipping it over, you need to look for that oval shape right there. See, and then there's 3 dots. That oval shape is pointing down this way. So, if we go like this, flip it back, see that's what you're looking at. And you flip it around like this, the oval should face you. Or what you can do is get a black magic marker, which I'm going to do. I'm going to write notch with an arrow for this to line it up with this, so I put that clamp on exactly how I took it off. Let's do that. Well, I didn't have a small enough black magic marker, but I put an arrow, meaning this has to point like that. So when you're looking at everything, that's how it should be when you put it back on. I do not have the XBOX clamp removal tool. People go, if you use a screwdriver, you're going to mess up the traces of the board. So I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to do this off camera just in case. But yeah, I'm going to take that off. What you do is you just pull something in there and you pry it up. And then rinse and repeat 3 more times. Alright, I found another way. Is you put your screwdriver in here, and you go back like that, okay? And it should come up like that one did. So I'm going to do that again. All right, that wasn't too bad. Just be careful. Popped it right off. That's what she looks like on the back side. Nothing's damaged. Everything looks good. We're going to put that right on top of the DVD drive. And now your motherboard and fan want to separate. So we're going to go ahead and just leave it there because we already unplugged it. And there we go. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Ugh. Oh boy. Decades of dirt and grime. And even the motherboard. Oof. That right there is the old thermal paste. And mind you, you have to clean all this spotless and put new thermal paste down to do this, which I'm all set and ready for it. I'm going to go ahead and clean this board up a minute. And I'm going to probably take that out to my workshop and just blow it apart and get it all nice and clean. But boy, oh boy, is that bad. Here's that spudger. Oh my gosh, look at how hard that is. Get that all nice and clean off there. And now I can really see Microsoft, Xbox 360. What I'll do is I'm going to take a lot of time in cleaning this. Like I said, even if the mod didn't work, this is a good thing to do because it was pretty hot feeling. So yeah, look at the dirt right there. Oof. Alrighty. I'm going to go clean this up a minute. Now we're out in my workshop here. And boy, you can really tell how dirty that is. I have better lighting out here. I have LED lights. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and scrape a lot of this old thermal paste. This thing is, oh boy, how many years old? It's never been done. And that's why everything overheats and you get that red ring of death. Wow, look at all that. Nasty. Yeah, we'll make that look a lot nicer. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the board. I brought my isopropyl alcohol, 91% out. So we're going to do a real good clean job on this. Just a little bit of cleaning so far on that circuit board. Man, that thing is filthy. All right, after about 10 minutes of cleaning, I did the top side and the bottom side. Flip that over real quick. Really clean now. So yeah, I'm going to do a once over here to make sure everything looks good. You can see how black's the black, and look at that baby shine. Alrighty. Yeah, I can't remember how to tell which board I have. I'll do that in a later video. I'm going to find out, and then I got to order some parts. So yeah, next. Oh boy, now we have this ugly fan. Clean that all off. Oof. Look at that. Show you when that's cleaned. Alrighty, all done cleaning. Look at how that turned out. See, that's the only part right there, the copper hits that. You can see the outer. But yeah, so when we put the thermal paste back on, it's going to be mostly in the center. of that. I have some really good thermal paste. Now look at these fins. Oh, wow, I mean you can see right through them now. And I cleaned the fan blades. Look at that. That is nice. Just doing that would help out tremendously, but that's a long process to tear that case apart. I'd rather do the original Xbox 360. They give you that special tool that separates the back. But yeah. And another thing before I forget, we're going to wrap up this video. This is how it sets on the motherboard through those holes right there. Okay. And the way I know that is because the cable for the fan goes to here. So just something to note when you put there, because it will go this way or that way. So yeah, you want to make sure it's the shortest route, which is right there to there. Alrighty guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a long one, but show you what I'm up to. This is going to be part 1 of the Xbox 360 Slim mod, and I hope that it goes well. This took a while to edit. So, alrighty guys, thanks for watching, and I'll be talking to you.